making Persian rice, you need a non-stick Teflon pot. It's very important that it's a non-stick. Next thing you need is a measuring cup to measure the water in the rice. Next thing you need is basmati rice. You need a stick of butter, some salt, some saffron, and some cooking oil. First thing you have to do is take the basmati rice. Use your measuring cup, get 2 cups. Wash your rice, just run water through it, and then just mix it around with your hands. You have to repeat this rinse about 3 times to make sure that the rice is thoroughly washed. For every cup of rice that you will be making, you will need to put 1.5 cups of water into the pot. So since there's 2 cups of rice in here, we're going to use 3 cups of water. For 2 cups of rice, you will add about 1 teaspoonful of salt. Let's turn the stove onto high, and you put your pot on the stove, of course, and you let the water boil. You should add about 1/2 stick of butter. Now it's time to add oil, about 1/4 cup at the most. While it's boiling, let's go get the saffron ready to add into the rice. Now, saffron is the most expensive spice in the world. It adds a great aroma, taste, and the color to the rice. The saffron comes in little strands. Take the saffron and you put it inside along with some sugar, just a little bit, not too much. And then you start to crush it up. You only need about a little tiny pinch of it for your rice because the saffron is very potent. So let's get 1 little pinch and put it in a cup. You just want to add a little bit of water, probably about 1/8 of a cup. See how the water has now turned yellow orangish. That's the saffron for you. Once the water level is below the level of the rice, it is now time to turn your stove down to about medium. Once you've turned it down to medium, it would be a smart idea to cover your rice. We'll let it sit for about another 10 minutes before we touch it again. Now it's time to add the saffron to the rice. When you put in the saffron, you want to try and put it around the edges so it goes down to the bottom of the rice and goes all the way through. We have the stove on low. Let's cover it again and let it sit about 10 minutes at the minimum. You can leave it up to about 30 to 45 minutes depending on how thick you want your crispy part of the rice. See, this is the beauty of Persian rice. Every grain of rice is separate. That smells so good. Alright, the rice looks about ready now. Before we take it out, let's turn off the stove first so we don't have any accidents. Have a plate ready. Put the plate on top of the rice and flip it over like so. Woo! And there's your Persian rice. Looks a little bit like a cake, doesn't it? Even though it may look like it's burnt on top, it's really not. That's just actually what makes the crispy part the best part of the rice, in my opinion. Cut it up just like a cake. There we go. Hey Lindsay, you want to try some Persian rice?